welcome in today. What can I do for you? Okay, cool. Well, good news. You came to the right place. And you also definitely came on the perfect day because I am your person for this. So, this is just like some info on the store. We've got quite a range of books, but thankfully, I know you're looking for specifically LGBT queer books, and we have plenty of that. So do you mind if I ask a couple questions to like clarify what specifically you're looking for? Okay, cool. Before I get into that, could I have some of your info and see like if you wanted to join our club, basically? Like, I feel like that's the best way to describe it. Oh, yes, thank you. My manager has been on my ass. I promise you it'll be worth it. We don't spam at all. And really it's just to keep track of like what you're into and what you buy, so the next time you come, or like if we ever get any shipment that we think you might be into, we'll let you know. So thank you for being interested in that. Can I get your first name, please? Okay, and your last name? Okay, cool. And what's your email address? First and last name at Gmail. Okay. Okay. Do you feel comfortable giving a phone number today? It's not necessary, but in case you don't check your email that often. Okay. Thanks. Could you just do like three, like, yeah, okay. Cool. Thanks. Okay, and then another question, just real quick, only if you feel comfortable. What are your pronouns that we can use when referring to you? Okay, epic. I use they them pronouns, so you're totally in a welcome environment. Okay, on to books. Let's get down to business. Thank you for taking like a couple of seconds to fill out the boring information. Let's get into what you're into. Okay. So you said that you're looking for some queer books. Do you have what genre? Like, okay. So definitely queer romance present, but not just a romance. Okay. And are you looking for more contemporary, fiction, nonfiction, fantasy, sci-fi? Like, what's your vibe? Okay, perfect. So with fantasy, and with contemporary, I definitely am in the know, but fantasy is definitely my stronger suit. So we can go to that, and then if sci-fi as well. I don't know as much, but I do think I have a couple things that like tick that box. Epic, yeah. Do you have a list of like, do you have any books that you've already read that like triggered this interest in you that made you want to like look more into this? Okay, Aristotle. Yeah. Okay, that one is really popular for sure. So that gives me a lot of insight into like what attracted you to it. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay, and then in terms of length, are you looking for an easy short read or like a long, intense, like kind of like novel? Okay, you're kind of down for anything, but like definitely no red limits when it comes to length. Okay. Okay, cool. So I've never read Aristotle and Dante's fucking universe. No. We do have that here. Do you have a physical copy that you want to be taking home with you today? Okay. You do know that, I don't know if you know this, but they came out with a sequel. We actually don't have it in right now. It's sold out. But if you want the sequel, we can place an order for you and let you know when it arrives. Yeah, okay. Okay, I wrote that down. And actually, let me write a physical note so I don't forget. I unfortunately am not the one who places orders, so having a physical note ensures that everybody sees it. Okay. Oh, one more question. In terms of queerness, like, are there any specific types that you're looking into, like trans representation, Willowa, Mlem, you know, like men with men, women with women, non-binary representation, trans representation. Okay, so you're basically into all of it. Yeah, for sure. I get it. I mean, I feel like once you learn that it's out there, you're like, I fucking want it all. Like, especially if you were raised with like not having access to any of that type of fiction, or like maybe even fiction at all. It's kind of like a drug. Once you learn that it's out there, you're like, I want to fucking read all of it. Okay, that's great. Honestly, your broadness is definitely going to help, and even if it was more specific. Oh, I actually have a couple more questions just to narrow things down, if at all possible, or just to get a better vibe for you. Are you into like, two questions. When it comes to fiction, are you into a high fantasy, like a high magic system, into world building, or kind of just like magic is there and we don't really talk about it and like it's just fun? This is just like the universe we live in. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely so interesting. I love being able to read a book that like really delves into it, you know? Are you willing to read books that aren't like high fantasy or high did I just say that high fantasy or like high magic systems? Okay, it's just a preference. Yeah, for sure. I get that. I'm pretty similar. I feel like I want to read more books like that, but some days you can't handle the lore. It's like, ugh. Sometimes I really want to read about the fucking whole made up government of this world, but some days I just want to read a romance. Yeah. Okay. We've got you, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna look in our database for some books. Feel free to look around. We actually have some drinks over there in the corner if you're parched. I know it's hot out today, so feel free to enjoy yourself. Look around, see what you're into, and then I'm gonna collect some names of some books for you. Okay, how does that sound? Okay, cool. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, definitely. Let's see if we have it in stock. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What else is there? Let me. Hey, Todd. You were telling me about a book we got the other day. It was about like these gay men who were British and like had magic. Do you remember the name of that book? Like, I don't even know what to look up in the system. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Thank you so much. We just got them, so we had them in stock, right? Okay, cool. Let me just write that down. Let me just I believe you, but I'm just gonna triple check. Yeah, we're good. It hasn't sold out in the past couple of days. Well, oh my god, I forgot her name, but I think one of the books started with Queen. There we go. Yep. Okay. And I think there's another book by the author. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Those are both really good. And of course, I can't forget. Let me just double check. We have in stock. I don't know how to spell this word. Okay. That worked. Yeah. Okay, let's see if our intern is available to get these for me. Hey, Todd, are they? Yeah. Okay. Let me just. Hey, would you mind helping me with this customer? Like, do you have some time? Thanks. Here's a list of books I wrote where they are in the store. Would you mind grabbing these for me, please? Oh my god. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, let me read up on these so I know what I'm saying. Okay. For sure. Pretty cool. Let's see. Hell yeah. So those are the only two that I haven't read. So I think I'm ready. Hey, did you get a chance to look around? Okay, cool. Did you see anything that you liked, or just kind of? Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I get overwhelmed in bookstores, which is why I kind of like working here, because like when I walk into a bookstore, I can get so overwhelming. Like there's so much visually, and like I really don't like to judge a book by its cover, but like that's all you really have to go off of in a bookstore when nobody's helping you. So that's why I like working here, because like we know what's up, and like we want to be sure that people actually get what they want, and like that everybody just doesn't go to Barnes and Noble and Amazon, you know, like that's not gonna do anything for anyone, you know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, I have your books here. There's a lot, okay? Let's start with one of my favorites. So this is A Marvelous Light by Freya Marsk. This is a gay book with specifically gay men, and it has a magic system, but it isn't high fantasy. Like the magic system is really easy and fun to learn. And oh, I didn't ask this earlier, but are you okay with like spice, like smut, or like any explicit scenes? Okay, that's good to know. Hold on, let me go back to your profile. What did your last name start with again? The first three letters? Okay, thank you for that. I'm sorry I lost where you were. Okay, so you're okay with it, not your favorite. Respect. So this does have quite a few explicit scenes, so if that's not your vibe, that's okay, but I will say they are well written and they don't last too long. So if you want to skip it too, there's plenty of plot. It's not just that, you know? There's a lot of really great reviews. It is a hard cover, which of course will make it a bit more expensive. It is a pretty good sized novel. It's not small, but it's not large. I definitely have larger books here for you. Oh, this is, the font is like the perfect size, like it's very normal. Yeah, and do you want me to read you the synopsis? Okay, so Robin Blythe has more than enough bother in his life. He's struggling to be a good older brother, a responsible employer, and the harried baronet of a seat gutted by his late parents' excesses. When an administrative mistake sees him named the civil service liaison to hidden magical society, he discovers what's been operating beneath the unextraordinary reality he's always known. Now, Robin must contend with the beauty and danger of magic, an excruciating deadly curse, and the alarming visions of the future that come along with it. Not to mention Edwin Kersey, his cold and prickly counterpart in the magical bureaucracy, who clearly wishes Robin were anyone and anywhere else. Robin's predecessor has disappeared, and the mystery of what happened to him reveals unsettling truths about the very oldest stories they've been told about the land they live on and what binds it. Thrown together and facing unexpected dangers, Robin and Edwin discover a plot that threatens every magician in the British Isles, and a secret that more than one person has already died to keep. So this is a murder mystery. It has some angst, not too much. It also has really great side characters, and both main characters are very likable, I would say, if that's important to you. I would also say that it was a very quick and easy read. It's very fun from beginning to end. So that's the first book I found. I'll put it by you. You can always decide in the end if it's something you're into or not. I won't take it personally if it's not something you're into, you know? Did you get a drink while you were looking around? Okay, good. It's starting to get hot in here, so let's see. This is already, you already have that. Okay, so these two are books by Melissa Priory. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll start with the one that I thought you might like the best. So these are with queer women. It's called Girl, Serpent, Thorn. I have read this myself. It's been quite a few years. It is a really lovely book. Again, pretty easy size. We're starting on the easy end, just to get you kind of into the realm, you know? And this was a lovely tale. So the last book was placed in Britain. This is in a fantasy place, but it has influences of, I don't know what culture. It has Zoroastrianism. It has some different religious influences. Specifically, I don't know. I should have done research onto that, but I don't want to say it's Indian because if I'm wrong, it'll be embarrassing, but it's definitely Middle Eastern influence. India's not in the Middle East, I'm aware. It's in Asia, but the religion that's in here is not Indian. It's a Middle Eastern religion for sure. Anyway, let me read you the description. There was and there was not. As all stories begin, a princess cursed to be poisonous to the touch. So it's a princess story. But for Soraya, who has lived her life hidden away, apart from her family, safe only in her gardens, it's not just a story. As the day of her twin brother's weddings approaches, Soraya must decide if she's willing to step outside the shadows for the first time. Below in the dungeon is a demon who holds the knowledge she craves, the answer to her freedom. Above is a young man who isn't afraid of her, whose eyes linger not with fear, but with an understanding of who she is beneath the poison. Soraya thought she knew her place in the world, but when her choices led to consequences she never imagined, she begins to question who she is and who she is becoming. Human or demon, princess or monster. I'm pretty sure this is a YA book. The main character is bi, so there is a male and female love interest. I won't spoil who she ends up with, but it was amazing. She has another book that I'm going to show you, so I might be mixing them up. I would say this is an easier read than the other book I gave you, because this is YA, so like the font is bigger, and yeah. Let me show you the other one, because although I love this one is also great. I don't know if you're into, both of these are princess books, they're both YA, so if it's too mature for you, that is totally okay. The last one was hardcover. This is a soft cover. It is basically a Snow White retelling. It's called Girls Made of Snow and Glass. Again, a queer woman story. Or it might also have a bi protagonist. I don't remember if there's a male love interest as well. Mina, the stepmother queen. Lynette, the beautiful princess. They were two young women doomed to be rivals from the start. Only one can win all, while the other loses everything, unless they can find a way to reshape themselves and their story. So it is a Snow White retelling, and one of my favorite parts of this book is that every chapter it switches from the POV from Mina, the stepmom, and Lynette, the daughter. So it's really intriguing read to switch back and forth from their POV and see like why they are the way they are. And yeah, I would say I like this one more than Girl Serpent Thorn, or like I remember this one more. If you have mommy issues, this is gonna be great for you. It might not, like, it might be upsetting, but like it's beautiful and it's a really interesting tale. I really like this author's writing style. Again, pretty good size. The font is smaller in this one, so I would say it's actually more dense than Girl Serpent Thorn. But yeah. Okay, how are you feeling so far? Overwhelmed, excited? You want to hear more? I hear ya. So those were all pretty light. Can I get into some darker fantasy? Okay. Oh, before my brain's all over the place. There's so much information. A Marvelous Light. The first book I showed you actually has a sequel and a third book coming out. I've never read them, but they're from different characters' POVs, so you don't have to read all the books if you don't want to. I think each book is their own tale, but I think we do have the sequel. I just didn't ask for it, so if you're interested in just getting all of that, you can. Okay, let's go into the high fantasy. Oh my god, listen, this one this one is my favorite book of all time. So it's from a new writer, or I guess recently new. This is an adult book. It's called The Unspoken Name. This is very high fantasy. The main character is an orc. There's a lot of religious lore. So it explores a lot of the religious systems in the universe as well as the magic systems. The main character is a lesbian, and there is a romance throughout I'd say like halfway through the end of the novel. It is very plot based. Let me read you it and then I'll talk more. I really love this book, so I can talk about it forever. So it's by A.K. Larkwood. Oh, just stunning. What if you knew how and when you would die? Sorway was raised by a death cult steeped in old magic. So on her 14th birthday, she must climb the mountain and enter the shrine of the Unspoken. There she will gain their most honored title, Sacrifice. Yet even as she waits for the end, a powerful mage offers her a new fate. She would leave with him and live, turn away from her destiny and her god to become a thief, a spy, and an assassin. The sorcerer's loyal sword. Together, they could topple an empire and help him reclaim his seat of power. And as all of this involves her not dying that day, she accepts. However, Sorway will soon learn that gods remember. She may spend years living on a knife edge, helping to change the fortunes of whole worlds. She might gain skills, grow in power, and make almost friends. But if you live long enough, all debts become due. So, some warnings. There is quite a bit of violence in this book, like explicit gore and torture. So if that's something you're not into, I think online there's definitely some, like, I might be able to find like trigger warnings, or like you can definitely tell when to skip. Like if you start to see something happen, you can skip a couple pages. Just wanted to let you know. I would say one of my favorite tropes in this book is found family. The family aspect is just amazing. And another one of my favorite things is that this book is fast. It goes through multiple years of Sorway's life and so quickly. She's an adult and like it just is very, very fast. They do not fuck around. And I really appreciate that, because if I get bored, it's over. So a lot of magic, a lot of religion, a lot of lore, but entertaining and interesting lore, I would definitely say. And there's a map. So if you're okay, so the beginning also has I forgot what this is called, but it says everybody, like the name of the books, the name of the people, and who they are. Because there's quite a few people that come in and out of the book, which I appreciate having. And there's also a pronunciation guide, because it's a fictional language. So if you want to know how to pronounce in your head, they have it. I'm trying to find, okay. Here's the map. I love me a good map. The AC just kicked on because it was getting hot in here, so apologize for the sound. There also, if you're into that book, there is a sequel. It is smaller. I have not read it. I've been putting it off because I don't know. I would read the thing, but I think it'd give you spoilers for the next book. So if you're interested in getting that one, and if you love it, and if you don't want to buy this right away, you can always come back for it. We have quite a few books of these, you know. It's called The Thousand Eyes, and if you read it, you'll know what that means. Another high fantasy book that I have not read, but I have heard a lot about, and maybe you've heard it too, is The Priory of the Orange Tree. listen. This is a beast. I have heard countless things about this book, and there is a sequel as well that I don't think is as dense. This is as high fantasy as it comes, I believe. Complete world building. This is next level. Let's read the description, shall we? The House of Berthnet. There's a lot of fantasy language, so I'm not going to be able to read any of this. The House of Berthnet has ruled in this for a thousand years. Still unwed, Queen Sabran in the Ninth must conceive a daughter to protect her realm from destruction, but assassins are getting closer to her door. Ede Duran is an outsider at court. Though she has risen to the position of lady-in-waiting, she is loyal to a hidden society of mages. Ede keeps a watchful eye on Sabran, secretly protecting her with forbidden magic. Across the sea, Tanae has trained to be a dragon rider since she was a child, but is forced to make a choice that could see her life unravel. Meanwhile, the divided East and West refuse to parley, and forces of chaos are rising from their sleep. There's a lot going on. There's dragons, there's romance, there's forbidden magic. Pretty sure this is Queer Woman. So definitely think about it. You can always come back from this. This is a very popular book, so we have quite a bit in stock. And again, if there's ever anything that we don't have in stock, we can order it. Oh my god. We're almost there. Let's see. Here is a YA book that is another easy read, especially compared to the last few. This is A Clash of Steel, a Treasure Island remix. So it's a retelling of Treasure Island. I've never read the original Treasure Island. I've only read this book. I had a blast reading it. If you like pirates, and this is also has an Asian influence, like the culture. I'm not sure which country specifically. I'm sure if I actually did any research I would know. Okay. First of all, look at that map. Stunning. Beautiful. I wish the cover was that color instead of this blue. This is YA, so it's a pretty easy read. No smut. I do not know if the Priory, the Orange Tree has smut, and the Unspoken name does not have smut. I do not know if the sequel does or not, though. Here's the synopsis for the book, for A Clash of Steel. 1826. The sun is setting on the golden age of piracy, and the legendary dragon fleet, the scourge of the South China Sea, is no more. Its ruthless leader, a woman known as the head of the dragon, is now only a story. Like the ones Zhang has heard all of her life, she desperately wants to prove her worth, especially to her mother, a shrewd businesswoman who never seems to have enough time for Zhang. Her father is also just a story, dead at sea before Zhang was born. Her one memento of him is a pendant she always wears, a simple but plain piece of gold jewelry. But the pendant's true nature is revealed when a mysterious girl named An steals it, only to return it to Zhang in exchange for help in decoding the tiny map scroll hidden inside. The revelation that Zhang's father sailed with the dragon fleet and tucked away this secret changes everything. Rumor has it that the legendary head of the dragon had one last treasure, the plunder of 1,000 ports, hidden away on an island shrouded in mist. Zhang is convinced this map could lead to her fabled treasure. Captivated with the thrill of adventure, she joins On and her motley crew in pursuit of the island. But the girls soon find that the sea, and especially those who sail it, is far more dangerous than the legends led them to believe. So I will say that this has a very slow start, but once you get into it and the plot actually starts, it's a pretty fun read. And again, queer woman, not that many queer men. If you want, I can find some more. I just have more experience with queer women. Okay, cool. Okay, our final book is a book that I haven't read, so I can't speak from experience, but it's called The Atlas 6. This came out pretty recently, or maybe like a year and a half ago. It is an adult book. This is what the back says. Secrets, betrayal, seduction, power. Welcome to the Alexandrian Society. So I'm going to assume there's smut with the seduction. This is epic art. There's a lot of different covers for this book, and every one I've seen is epic. This is a high magic system for sure. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the entire plot, is like learning about the magic system. So like, if you like learning about the magic system like you would in the Unspoken Name, but you don't give a fuck about religion or gore, maybe this is it. I don't know if there is violence in this. Seek it if you wish, but as all with knowledge, whatever follows will be yours to bear alone. Each decade, only the 6 most uniquely talented magicians are selected to earn a place in the Alexandrian Society, the foremost secret society in the world. The chosen will secure a life of power and prestige beyond their wildest dreams. But at what cost? Each of the 6 newest recruits has their reasons for accepting the society's elusive invitation, even if it means growing closer than they could have imagined to their most dangerous enemies, or risking unforgivable betrayal from their most trusted allies. They will fight tooth and nail for the rights to join the ranks of the Alexandrians, even if it means they won't all survive the year. So maybe there is violence. I do not know the main character. I do not know if it's Mlem or Willowa. So it's kind of like a surprise. Like, if you want to discover it, you're more than welcome to. Knowledge is carnage. Okay, so what are you thinking? That was a lot. Feel free to take your time, look through them. I'll be here. Let me know which ones you're interested in, and take a peek at the prices too, and see like what's in your budget. Or if you're more interested in getting them from the library, you know. Yeah, no worries. Take a look. I'll just, yeah, you can even see here. It's pretty chill right now, so I'm just gonna put some stuff in. Need to order. Okay. So number. Okay. And then. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I need to check the email. Okay. People are crazy nowadays. Also, just like Asleep using the email system. Okay, do you think, okay, epic, let's see, so, it's a no, yeah, that's okay, for sure, I hear ya, yes, oh my god, epic, okay, let me first see all the books, oh no, actually, okay, let me just get this ready for you, and then we'll go through the rest, okay, let me... Sorry, one more time. Last three letters. Or first three letters of your last name. I'm really, I should have kept the tab open. Okay, so we are checking out, and this will be, you'll get points over time over your books. Like, it has like $100, like, I don't know, there's some kind of coupon that you get if you spend a certain amount too. So definitely keep that in mind. Yeah. I kind of wish we had like a Pride sale, you know? That would have been perfect. I'm sorry that we don't right now. I'll talk to my boss and maybe we'll do it next year. Yeah. Okay, let me just... Okay. Where the hell is the number? Is fucking probably $10 million. What's 16 euros? No, sorry, that. So that is gonna be 6. Okay, let's see. How are you feeling about the Atlas 6? Are you into them? Yeah, right? We're definitely going the dark route. I get it. I mean, it's kind of fun to see what that's like, you know? Okay, this one has... Oh, shit, I missed it. That's where the number is. Okay. Okay, so this one's $25.99. The other one was $26, I said. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, this one is... Okay, let's see what else we have for you. Are you into Melissa at all? Like, did you want one of these? Yes, you have amazing taste. These, I mean, especially paperback is paperback, not softback, whatever the fuck I said earlier. It's always cheaper, so start with this because it's cheaper, and then if you like her style, you can always come back for this. It'll be here. This is definitely older, so it's not popular, so we'll have it. Okay, this one's $12, and the number is 781-250-134-69. Before you take this home, I want to give you a warning that there is some violence in here. Definitely some like mentions of blood. Yeah. Nothing too intense because it is YA, but you've already read this. Did you want a copy? You already have. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Does she want this big kahuna? $20. I mean, it's expensive for paperback, but it's because it's fucking 10 million pages. Okay, it's a pass for now. And once you start reading, I'm sure you're gonna not want to stop. So you can always, like I said, you're nearby, right? So you can always come back. Did you want the sequel to An Unspoken Name, or do you want to see how you like it first? Because it's $30. Yeah, I understand. It'll be here. I can always also put it on hold for you. Okay. Finally, a marvelous light. Yes. You have amazing taste. I definitely probably influenced you a little bit. This is gonna be an amazing read. You're gonna love it. It's so fun. Love. If you read fan fiction, this is definitely fan fiction-esque style. And I'm not just saying that because they're gay men. I'm saying because of the writing style. Anyway, this one's $28. It's more expensive. I don't know, maybe because she's British. And the number is 81250. Okay, with those 4 totals, okay, the total's gonna be on the screen in front of you. Feel free to tap, insert, whatever you need. Here are your books. Thank you so much for coming in today. Here are your books. I'm just gonna place them right there. With how much you spent, you're totally able to get a free bookmark that are right there, right next to where you paid. Feel free to grab one on your way out. Enjoy the read. Come back if you're interested. Happy Pride Month. Thanks so much for coming in today, okay? Have a great rest of your day and stay safe. Okay, bye.